So, I'd like to take you on a little bit of a journey with me um, on how I um, joined the most amazing, tremendous group of women in the entire world. Um, I I work. I am in the military and I work full time. And for about 6 years, I was a single mom. Um, and as a single mom in the military, you find that you don't have as much time as you thought you did. And I found myself not being able to get into any gym type of an environment to better myself. I've always been in a position where I felt as though I have been a physically fit individual. It's part of my job. I have to maintain my physical fitness. Um, I was just coming home from a deployment in 2014. And when I got home at that point, I had been running consistently every day, 3 miles. I had been eating really, really good. I had lost about 15 pounds on my deployment that I didn't even know that I needed to lose. But I know that as I had lost that weight, that I felt really good about myself. When I came back into reality of life, where you're getting up early, you're taking your children to school, you're going to work, you're leaving work to go and take your kid to gymnastics, and then you're getting home, you're doing homework, and you're feeding your child, and you're giving a bath. Time escapes you. And I found that I was putting myself in the back burner. So, social media had started getting a little bit more profound, and I don't even know how I ended up coming across Michelle Davis at the time's profile, but I found her and I thought, whoa, this woman is tremendous. And I mean, look at her on that stair climber. I wish I had that endurance. So I wanted to be more like that. I wanted to see that kind of progress in me. The reality is that we are not all Michelle Davis or Michelle Bishops. We are ourselves, and I think that's what's most important about anybody on a fitness journey, is that you have to realize that you cannot compare yourself to others. You have to compare yourself to yourself, and you shouldn't compare yourself to anybody as anyway. However, as I started following Michelle, I noticed that she would do Michelle Fitness and boot camps, and was a tremendous influence to several followers, and by several I'm talking thousands of followers. So I thought, I'm going to start following her. So I did, and she had done a lot of boot camps, and I was one of those people that sat on the sideline going, I want to do this. Like, how do I become this person? And then I realized I felt like I couldn't dedicate the time what was required for me to be able to do those things. And so slowly and slowly, my following became like I was just watching and seeing life pass me by. And here comes Michelle on a new journey in life. She had become a mother, and she had started the program Bish Bodies. And I remember watching it going, I could do this. This is from home. I could do this. I don't have to go to a gym. And I didn't go to gyms. I didn't like gyms. I was always more motivated by doing things on my own. But for sure, I never had time for gyms. So I had watched her put Bish Bodies 1 and 2 and 3, and I thought, I got to do 4, and I never did. And I regret that, and I don't. Because I consistently followed enough that I knew there was no way that there was an ending to Michelle Bishop. There was not an ending to this. And I am so grateful there isn't, because I was kicking myself for not joining any of the Bish Bodies. And I just remember seeing all these people with their amazing progress going, Hayley, you've let this pass you by. And then the Ladies Edge launched. And I didn't even hesitate. I joined. Now, just because you join doesn't mean you actually execute. I joined when it launched in December of 2018. 17. Oh my goodness. Right? In 17. Oh my goodness. And yet I did not start working out. I sat in the back. I remember being on the Facebook page watching everybody posting their sweaty selfies and thinking, why are you not just stepping up to this plate? Like, what is wrong with you? And it boiled down to fear. I was going through a lot of personal things in my life at the time, and I probably made every excuse in the world to not give myself that time. And finally, on January 1st, I said enough is enough. So I started, and I worked out in my house. I got up early, and I did the workout, and I went to work, and I could sense like I was starting to feel a little bit different. Not like, it's not like a magic pill that just changes you, right? But it was one of those things where I felt like I can do this. I absolutely can do this, and I need to do this. I need to be an example. I need to do this for myself, for my children. I want to. And so that first 7 days, like I did all the workouts that first week. And I remember specifically driving to go pick up my daughter, and I was in my uniform because I drive home in my uniform, and I knew that I wanted to get out what I was feeling. During this time frame, there was a lot of negative stuff that was on social media, and I felt like all of Facebook pages were just drowning with negativity, and it was swallowing. And you try not to let other things affect you. But what I had noticed in that 7 days was straight positivity, love, and mentorship and leadership coming from not only Michelle Bishop, but a community of women who I had never, ever, ever met. Which blows my mind still to this day, that women in this community can give so much of themselves to others. And that made me want more. So I remember driving to my daughter's daycare to pick her up. And I knew that if I didn't say something now, that I wouldn't do it later, because I would get stuck in the picking up my daughter from daycare, getting home, doing homework, doing dinner, getting her to bed, and then going to bed myself. So I sat in the parking lot of my daughter's daycare, and I did a video, and I posted it to the Facebook page. And I had expressed a very profound testimony that I have not been this motivated or driven in almost 18 years of being in the military by any one of my mentors. But yet Michelle Bishop got right here, dug right into me, and made me feel like that change is not only like necessary, but it is very, very, very doable. I got on there, and like I said, I was in my uniform, so that was like super awkward for me, but I had poured my heart out and said that, you know, the amount of leadership that we are getting from a Michelle Bishop person, from this leader of this group called the Ladies' Edge, was more beneficial to me than I have ever had. And that, you know, that's sad in one capacity, but it is so rewarding in the other capacity. That 1 week gained so much from that program that it changed the course of the last year and a half, almost 2 years. And I will never go back. I will never go back to feeling like I am not good enough, I am not worthy, and I'm not just, let me rephrase that. I'm not believing in myself the way that I should have. I will never go back there. So I have stuck with this program, and I have believed in it and loved it. I have come across some of the most amazing, tremendous women that I've ever met in my life, and my gosh, I am so blessed. I have been able to make connections where I am doing the workouts like on Zoom groups, and I am literally having conversations on FaceTime with women that I never would have met any other capacity. And I am so very fortunate. You know, the biggest fear that I ever had was stepping outside of my comfort zone and being something that I didn't think that I could ever be. And although that is a regret, regrets are just lessons that we've learned. And now I know that where I'm at is where I'm at because of those, you know, regrets, even though they're not really. If you think that there is this magic pill that is going to transform you in such a way that is going to change every single ounce of you, whether that be physically, emotionally, mentally, you're wrong. There is no magic pill, just like there's not a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. There is not a quick fix. It takes hard work and dedication. And I may not have like physical results to where I am able to go and compete on a stage, but my mental and emotional results have far surpassed anything that I have ever done in my life. And I am extremely grateful for the mentorship that I have received. I say that I wish I would have started sooner, but you know what? I started when I was supposed to, and it was great, and I will never look back. If you are on the fence about whether or not you are worth more than you think, and that you can't dedicate 23 minutes, you're wrong. Every single person can donate their 23 minutes to bettering themselves any day of the week. Any day of the week. You're worth it. You should be a part of this amazing program. The community, like I said, is one of the best communities that I have ever been in. I am so very fortunate. I've had my fellow lady edgers, or the ladies of the edge as I call them, join me on my wedding day. And never would I have ever thought that a community of women on Facebook would become so much involved in my life that my children look forward to having conversations with them, because it is by far the best part of their day. I 100% fully believe in the power of empowering others. I believe in this message. I believe in Michelle Bishop. I believe in the Ladies' Edge. It has brought together a sisterhood that is unlike any other. And I'm super grateful for the opportunities that I've had to share my experiences. I believe that being a good individual and caring and loving and being a leader to others has developed me into who I am. I recently had an experience with a fellow ladies edger that I had no clue that I had influenced in any sort of way, and yet she remembered a post that I did over a year ago when I stated, "You are worth it, you are wanted here, you need to be here, stay here." And she reminded me of that at one of our events that we went to this last year in Ohio, and it forever changed me, because you never know the impact that you hold on other people. And you cannot imagine how humbling it is to be an individual that has been told that you have changed somebody's life. Michelle Bishop has changed my life. She quite literally has saved my life in every shape or form. She knows what she's doing. She's a spitfire through and through. And you know what? She is a mother and a wife, and she knows everything in regards to how we are feeling as mothers and wives. I encourage you to take that time to get in your 23 minutes. Try the 7 days. Try the 7 days, and you'll never go back. It only took me 7 days to realize that my life was forever changed.